Here's the letter that White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs should write. Or maybe it should come from the head of the United States Secret Service. Dear Rupert Murdoch, since you are responsible for what is on Fox News, I have a question for you. Do you ever wonder how you will be remembered by Americans and the world, not to mention your children, if someone takes a shot at President Obama and when asked why they did it, quotes the misinformation spouted by Fox News as the reason? You have dozens of far-right and dangerous and/or crazy-seeming commentators working for you, but let's just talk about one as an example of the rest. What of Glenn Beck? Does the name Father Charles Coughlin ring a bell? Do you want to be remembered as the facilitator of today's version of that deranged radio personality and hater who hounded President Roosevelt? What if a Coughlin devotee has assassinated Roosevelt? Instead of just being a nasty footnote to American history, Coughlin would be remembered as another John Wilkes Booth. What if Coughlin had had someone with money and virtually unlimited influence backing him and amplifying his remarks? How would we feel about his backer? Glenn Beck is a second-rate, not terribly bright, Coughlin-type demagogue with rather dim-witted followers. And you, Mr. Rupert Murdoch, are the paymaster, making his silliness dangerous by giving him a voice that would otherwise be heard only by those who happen to hear him barking at the moon on some lonely street corner. You've given today's Coughlins, the haters, a national platform, and they've taken the lies of the birthers and the deathers and the Obamas, the Antichristers, nationwide. It was a bad day for America when you became a citizen for the sole purpose of purchasing TV stations and invading us with your far-right agenda. But you've gone way past politics, even the politics of hate. You've legitimized actual insanity by widespread repetition of extremist, racist, and religion-based lies to the sort of people who believe the earth is 6,000 years old, that Jesus will come back soon and send everyone not like them to hell, that Obama's the Antichrist. In other words, you've got the keys to the National Asylum, and you're stirring up the inmates and threatening to unlock the door. Here's an example of just a small stock of the incendiary rhetoric and barefaced lies your money pays for. Fox News host Glenn Beck has said President Obama has a, quote, deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture, end quote. Beck has flirted with the idea that FEMA is building detention camps now. Beck has suggested that Obama is purposefully tanking the economy to force young people to work for AmeriCorps. Beck said that Obama is moving us away from our republic and into a system of fascism. Obama said we are a country that's headed towards socialism, totalitarianism beyond your wildest imagination. Beck says Obama wants you to work as a bureaucratic slave to government. Beck has said, President Obama, why don't you just set us on fire for the love of Pete? What are you doing? Do you not hear? Do you not hear the voice, the cries of the people who are saying, stop? We would like some sanity in our country for a second. We didn't vote to lose the republic. Beck ran several segments, including one on his radio show, promoting the concept of the secession of Texas from the Union. Beck promotes one world government paranoia, including a supposed plot to put us all on a global currency controlled by the New World Order. Beck warned his audience about Obama's supposed secret plot to grab our guns. Beck says that it is actually liberal political correctness that inspires right-wingers to go on murderous killing rampages. It's the liberals' fault. Rupert Murdoch, is there a limit? If Beck was shrieking, kill the uppity N-word in the White House, would that be okay too? Would it be any more of an incitement to violence than what Beck is saying now? You can't claim you're not having a baleful impact. How about this? According to the Boston Globe, quote, the unprecedented number of death threats against President Obama, a rise in racist hate groups, and a new wave of anti-government fervor threaten to overwhelm the U.S. Secret Service, according to government officials and reports, raising new questions about the 144-year-old agency's overall mission, end quote. Where is this new wave of anti-government fervor coming from, Mr. Murdoch? Media barons have started a war or two before, but I don't recall one fomenting the climate wherein an assassination attempt becomes virtually inevitable. Far-fetched? Who stirred up that nut in Pittsburgh who shot down 3 police officers because he believed that Obama was going to order cops to take away his guns? Don't you know that here in America we have a rather large, angry, far-right, well-armed subculture thriving on imagined insults and nursing a perpetual grievance against the other? Don't you have any qualms about feeding them the red meat of hate, lies, and incitement? However you got to this point, Mr. Murdoch, you still have a choice. Rein in Fox News, fire Beck, speak out to undo some of the lies you've told through your people about our president, our country, and the world, or go down in history as the man who fed the unhinged haters lies until one or more of them boiled over in some desperate act and lashed out. You're playing Russian roulette with American history, Mr. Murdoch. When your name is forever linked to an act of history derailing domestic terror, your billions won't save you from the place in history reserved for a select group of monsters. When your name is linked to our next Oklahoma-type bombing or the killing of one of our elected leaders, nothing else you did in your life will be remembered. Sincerely, Frank Schaefer. Yeah, I agree with Frank Schaefer. Obama administration hasn't gone far enough. I'll tell you what, if the President of the United States or whoever makes these decisions for him wants to appoint a stop right-wing radio and television czar and give me a squad of Marines and let me pick the weapons, I will rid the country of this priest, this irritating, bothersome bastard. I'd be happy to do it. No, not violence. Me? Moi? Violence? No, Christ, no. I would just make the rounds of some of these thug studios and just walk in and say, time for you to go.